Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Ivy English. I'm Bruce.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
Today we have two short articles for you. We have this kind of program once a month. Today our first article is about what some people call the most beautiful country in the world, Switzerland. And the name of the article is Switzerland's Zero-Star Hotel.
好，那我们的中文标题是瑞士零星级饭店啊，我们讲5星级，但这个是0星级的饭店。那后面还有一个短语是反思人类危机。
Okay, I'll read through the whole article first. It's just a couple of paragraphs because today we have two short articles. While the goal of most hotels is to offer the best service with the highest level of customer satisfaction, one place in Switzerland is breaking this trend. Null-Stern Hotel, which means zero-star hotel in German, was founded by hotelier Daniel Charbonnier and conceptual artist brothers Frank and Patrick Ricklin. Their latest installation in the village of Ceylon features a double bed with 2 bedside tables and lamps, which are all placed on a platform next to a gas station. There are no walls, ceilings, or doors, nor is there any privacy. The creators said their intention is to make guests think about world problems such as climate change and war. They hope guests will feel ready to act once they finish their stay.
So my question is there a bathroom? Are they actually intending people to stay here, or is it just like some sort of weird billboard for their hotel services?
Piece of installation art, I think.
It's basically, yes. Yeah. So while the goal of most hotels is to offer the best service with the highest level of customer satisfaction, one place in Switzerland is breaking this trend. It's a statement that catches your attention, like here's a hotel that's not doing that. But in fact, it's not really a hotel we're talking about. So it's kind of like hyperbole to catch your attention.
好 hyperbole 就是夸张的一种手法。那要注意这个字啊，很多人会把它念错。这个字的拼法是 hyperbole。那要注意，不是念什么 hyperbole 啊，是 hyperbole 啊，很多人会把它念错，它就是夸张的意思。好，所以我们这里看到他说 while 我们可以把它翻成一方面虽然是这样，一方面虽然是怎样呢？一方面虽然是说 the goal of most hotels 大多数的旅馆它的目标 is to 是要干嘛？那这里各位也可以学起来这样的一个语块哈 the goal of something is to 怎样把它学起来。所以大多数旅馆它的目标它是要 offer 提供 the best service 最好的服务。这个附带或者是伴随的状况是 with the highest level of customer satisfaction， 所以它要有最高等级的 the highest level of customer 就是顾客 satisfaction 就是满意，所以就是顾客满意度，他希望有最高的顾客满意度。那大多数的旅馆都是这样子的，但是呢在另外一方面 one place in Switzerland 瑞士有个地方 is breaking this trend 就是一个趋势， breaking this trend 就是打破了这个趋势，也就是说它是反其道而行。好，所以瑞士有一个旅馆呢却是反其道而行。
Null-Stern Hotel, which means zero-star hotel in German, was founded by hotelier Daniel Charbonnier and conceptual artist brothers Frank and Patrick Ricklin. Null means no or nothing or none. Stern is a star, and then hotel, and they translate that for you to zero-star hotel in German. That's how we say we're using a particular language. This hotel was founded by, it was conceived and organized into a business by hotelier Daniel Charbonnier and conceptual artist brothers. A conceptual artist is an artist who has a tremendous imagination and tries to catch people's attention.
They usually don't have an object, or they have an object that's only representative. It's not about the physical piece, it's about the idea of the piece. That's why it's called conceptual art or idea art.
Yeah, the weirder it is, the more conceptual it's going to be. And they're a pair of brothers who are artists. They work together on these conceptual art pieces or structures. Frank and Patrick Ricklin.
好，那我们这里看到他说呢，这个 Northern Hotel， 那 which means 它的意思是 Zero Star Hotel in German， 也就是它是德文，那在英文里面它的意思就是零星级的饭店。那这家饭店呢 was founded by 由谁所创立呢？由这个 hotelier 就是饭店旅馆的一个业者，这个 Daniel Charbonnier， 还有呢另外有2位 conceptual artist， 就是概念艺术家，他们通常没有一个实体的作品，而是他们是在概念上面就提出一些很艺术的概念。那他们这是一对兄弟，这个 Frank 跟这个 Patrick， 这个 Rickling。
Their latest installation. So an installation is an art installation. It means they have installed the art. They have put it formally into a place and set it up. So their latest installation in the village of Sayong, this installation features, or is the central part of it, is a double bed with 2 bedside tables and lamps, like you would find in a high-end hotel, or regular hotels, to be honest. And all of this is placed on a platform. A platform is a raised-up flat area, usually for a stage or something. And this is next to a gas station. Now, traditionally, or usually, people do not like to sleep anywhere near a gas station. First of all, the smell. Second of all, the traffic. Third of all, its lights are on all night. So there's nothing nice about sleeping next to a gas station, and that is part of the point.
那他们 latest， 他们最新的一个 installation， 好 installation 在这里应该指的是 an example of installation art， 就装置艺术的一个例子，也就是他们最新的一个装置艺术的装置设在哪里呢？是放在这个 the village of 这个我也是不会念这个沙永村吧，中文我们这样翻译。那他们这个最新的这个装置艺术呢 features 就是以什么什么为特色，他们的特色，这个特色就是呢是个 a double bed， 就是一个双人床，然后呢有2个这个 bedside 就是床边的 tables， 也就是床头柜，然后呢还有 lamps 还有台灯。那 which 就是指这个双人床床头柜跟床头灯呢，通通都是怎么样 are all placed on， 通通放在一个 platform 一个平台，那这个平台放在 next to a gas station， 就放在一个加油站旁边。
Okay, this is a platform like a stage. There are no walls, ceilings, or doors, nor is there any privacy. If you don't have walls, ceilings, or doors, how can you keep other people's attention from you? So it's almost like you're walking onto a stage and trying to sleep on a bed on stage whenever you go there.
好，所以没有什么的 there are no walls， 没有墙壁，好 ceilings 也没有天花板 or doors 也没有门， nor is there 就是也没有nor 放在这个最后地方这个子句的前面，所以主词跟动词 is there 要倒装，原来是 there is， 那因为 nor 放在前面就变成 is there。Nor is there 也没有什么呢 any privacy 也没有任何的隐私。
The creators said that their intention is to make guests, would-be guests, the people who would think about staying at this hotel, they want them to think about world problems such as climate change and war. I think the intention is to get people to think about what it is like to be a refugee from a war-torn or problem country.
好，所以呢这个 creators 这创作者呢说 their intention is to 他们的目的是什么什么。好，所以各位发现到我们这里有2个很类似的一个结构就某人的 intention is to do something， 或者是我们讲 the goal of something is to 怎样怎样。好，所以呢这个创作者说他们的这个意图，他们的目的是希望能够 make guests 让他们的客人 think about 让他们想一想 world problems 这个世界上的一些问题，例如什么呢？例如 climate change， 例如气候变迁的问题还有 war 还有战争的问题那可能就是如果你发生战争了，你要逃难，或者是你家被炸掉了那个是什么样的一个感觉等等的，他们希望大家思考这些问题。
Okay, our last sentence. They hope guests will feel ready to act once they finish their stay. The previous sentence tells us that the point or the intention of the creators is they want people to think about world problems. If you are in a war, you may not have your home or any other place to stay. You may have to sleep out in a field. You may be with a lot of other people that we would call war victims or refugees, so there's no privacy. Maybe this is what these 3 men have in mind.
所以他说他们希望呢客人可以 feel ready to act， 会觉得他们已经准备好可以行动了。Once 一旦他们 finish their stay， 一旦他们住完了，也就是他们退房之后呢，他们希望客人就觉得说啊，这个感觉真的不好啊，我们一定要想办法啊，改变一些世界上的问题啊，他们会觉得他们已经准备好要采取行动了。
Okay, that's it. That's the end of our first short piece of news, really. The second one is called No More Meat Advertisements in Dutch City.
好，我们的中文标题是荷兰身先士卒，禁登肉类广告。
Well, apparently today we are very much centered in Europe. We were in Switzerland and in a Dutch city. That means we're in Holland. Let me read through this and we'll find out what the point of the article is. When some current advertising contracts expire in 2024, residents of the Dutch city Haarlem can expect to see changes regarding food advertisements. The local government recently announced that the city would ban advertisements for meat products in public places, such as bus stops and shelters. The ban is in line with the city's efforts to reduce the impact of climate change. The United Nations estimates that more than 14% of man-made greenhouse gases come from livestock. This includes especially harmful gases like methane. Furthermore, forests that are needed to absorb excess carbon dioxide are often cut down and used as land to raise and feed livestock. While many people support the new measure, others are concerned that it restricts freedom of speech.
So when some current... Sorry. I'm a little bit tired of political issues where people throw all this random stuff in to try to confuse things, and I sort of feel like that's what's going on here. But let's just read the article. When some current advertising contracts expire in 2024, a mere 2 years away, 1 year away, good Lord, residents of the Dutch city Haarlem can expect to see changes regarding food advertisements. So the law in terms of what you can advertise in terms of food is going to change or has changed already, and it will begin to be implemented in 2024.
好，所以我们可以看到他说 when 当一些 current 就是现有的目前的 advertising contracts 就是广告合约 expire 是到期的意思，就是一些现有的广告合约在2024年到期的时候呢，residents of 就是此地的居民，什么地方呢？就是荷兰哈伦市的居民 can expect to see 就是他们可以预期他们会看到，叫做 can expect to see 他们可以预期他们将会看到 changes 一些改变，什么样的改变呢？ changes regarding food advertisements 跟什么什么有关 regarding 所以这些改变是跟什么有关的？跟 food advertisements 食物广告有关的这些改变他们将会看到。
If Harlem sounds familiar to you, like the famous basketball team, the Harlem Globetrotters, is it? There's an Harlem. Harlem is a district in Manhattan, and most people don't even know that this area that we now call New York used to be New Amsterdam, because the Dutch were the first settlers from Europe in this area. And so Harlem in New York is named after a city in the Netherlands because they were the first ones there.
所以各位看到这个 The Dutch City Harlem 那美国纽约其实也有个很有名的叫哈林区，其实哈林区就是跟着这个荷兰这个 Harlem 这个地方的地名跟着它取的，因为纽约最早是荷兰的殖民地，所以当初他们荷兰人就觉得这个地方我们就叫它叫 Harlem， 所以之间有这样的关系，不过拼法不太一样。美国的哈林区只有一个 A， 那荷兰的这个 Harlem 它有2个 A。
Okay, next sentence. The local government recently announced that the city would ban advertisements for meat products in public places, such as bus stops and shelters. The local government in Haarlem, they announced through the media that the city, Haarlem, would ban, it would forbid, it would not allow advertisements for meat products in public places. So when you're outside waiting for the bus, that's a public place. There are usually some advertisements there, but now, when this goes into effect, the ban, you could not advertise anything that contained meat in it. That's what they mean here by a meat product. Public places could be the wall of a construction site, the bus stops, even private buildings might have their own place to post advertisements. Bus stops, they mention here, and shelters.
OK, 好，我们看到这个地方，他讲到说 ，the local government 就当地政府 recently 最近 announced that 宣布 the city 这个城市呢 would 将会，这是 will 的过去式，因为宣布未来的事情，所以宣布是过去式，然后呢未来的事情用 would。这个城市将会 ban 是禁止，那各位英文的禁止有好几个字，好，那其中 ban 这个字的禁止呢，通常是跟道德有关系的，就是你不应该这样做，这样做不好，那这时候就会用 ban。那所以各位看到这地方，他们禁止什么呢？禁止 advertisements for meat products 肉制品的广告，因为他们觉得肉制品的广告可能会鼓励大家吃肉啊等等的，所以这个不好，因为这样子禁止，所以他用 ban 这个字。那他们禁止肉制品的广告是禁止怎么样呢？ In public places 在公共场所禁止你广告肉制品。那公共场所例如什么呢？举例给你看 such as 例如 bus stops 公车站站牌，还有呢 shelters 这里指的是遮蔽处，那 bus shelters 就是公车候车亭，所以公车候车亭站牌都是公共场所。
So this ban is in line with the city's efforts to reduce the impact of climate change. If A is in line with B, it means that they are both going in the same direction, or they both have the same intention, or they both have the same purpose. So the city is making efforts to reduce the impact of climate change, and they believe that reducing the amount of meat eaten will reduce the impact of climate change. And so the ban on meat products advertising is in line with, is consonant with, or is doing the same thing as the city's efforts to do this thing.
好，所以我们看到这个它这个 the ban 这样的一个禁令禁止呢 is in line with, to be in line with 就是 conforming to 符合的意思conforming conforming 所以它这个禁令跟什么很符合呢？跟这个城市它的 efforts to 就是该市他们所做的努力，他们做的要怎样的一个努力 their efforts to 他们要做的努力的目标是希望能够 reduce the impact of 降低什么什么的冲击，降低什么的冲击呢？ reduce the impact of climate change 所以这个城市呢很努力的要降低气候变迁带来的冲击，所以这一次这个禁令呢跟他们的跟这个努力降低气候变迁冲击的这些努力是符合的 is in line with.
Okay, next paragraph and last paragraph. The United Nations estimates that more than 14% of man-made greenhouse gases come from livestock. Okay, so the UN, the United Nations, estimates, this is a good guess about something. It would be almost impossible to have a perfectly accurate answer to this. About, or more than, 14% of man-made greenhouse gases. The greenhouse gases that come from mankind's activities, in particular carbon dioxide, CO2, and methane, which we will see in the next sentence, which is CH4, these contribute to the warming of the planet. And livestock, there are an awful lot of cows and bulls and sheep and so on. Well, they eat grass, and as they digest it, they produce a lot of gas in farting. And apparently 14%, that's really quite a bit. So the idea is to, if we cut down on meat consumption, we won't need so many sheep and goats and bulls and cows. So maybe that will reduce the problem.
好，所以我们这里看到这个句子，他说呢，这个联合国 estimates that 他们估计有超过 14% 的什么东西呢？ man-made 就是由人所造成的 greenhouse gases 就是温室气体，所以他们估计呢，由人所造成的温室气体里面有超过 14% 是怎么样 come from 来自于 livestock 来自于家畜或者是牲口。
Now, that sentence makes it sounds like the livestock are directly producing the gases, but the next sentence makes it more clear. It says, this includes especially harmful gases like methane. So methane is the cow farts that Bruce mentioned, but it's not the entire package. It's not cows farting is 14% of man-made greenhouse gases. There's a lot of factors that get involved in counting the gases that they produce, including cutting down forests, including shipment of meat, including like shipping of their feed to them, and so on. So cow farts are a significant factor, but they're not 14% significant.
好，所以各位注意要看清楚。这里他说 this includes 就这 14% 里面的包含了什么东西呢？ especially harmful 特别有害的 gases 气体，像什么样的气体呢？ like methane 就是这个甲烷。所以这句话它既然是 include 就表示说这 14% 并不是全部都是甲烷，它里面包含了甲烷。那甲烷其实就是这个牲口他们所排放的气体的主要就是甲烷所以这个不只是甲烷，还有其他的原因。那底下下一句就解释还有一些其他的原因也是占在 14% 里面。
Okay, here's another example of that. Furthermore, additionally, forests that are needed to absorb excess carbon dioxide. Forests use a lot of carbon dioxide. Plant life does. They are often cut down. They're reduced completely and used as land to raise and feed livestock. So they're just adding to the problem.
好 ，furthermore， 此外呢 ，forests 森林，什么样的森林呢 ？that are needed， 我们所需要、被需要的森林，被需要来干嘛呢？它们可以 absorb 吸收 excess 就是多出来的、多余的这个 carbon dioxide 二氧化碳，森林可以吸收多出来的二氧化碳，所以森林是我们需要的，我们需要它们来吸收多出来的二氧化碳。但这些森林呢 are often cut down， 常常被砍伐，被砍下来砍倒了，而且呢 used as 被用来 are used as 被用来 as 就是当成土地 land 来干嘛呢？当成土地，它的目的我们用一个不定词片语来修饰，它的目的就是 to raise 要饲养，还有 feed 喂养牲口。
While many people support the new measure, which is banning advertisements for meat products, others are concerned that it restricts freedom of speech because banning any kind of speech is, I guess, it is a slippery slope, like when you ban some kinds of speech or not others. But it's important to ban hate speech or things that will cause problems for society. So I guess your speech bans must include sort of your values of what is dangerous for society.
Yeah, 好，所以 while 一方面很多人 support 支持这个新的 measure 措施，那另外一方面 others 有其他的人呢 are concerned that 他们担心忧心这个措施 it 就是指这个 new measure 会 restrict 会限制 freedom of speech 言论自由那刚刚 Andrew 讲的其实很重要，言论自由并不能毫无限制，有一些会伤害社会或者是会造成误解造成仇恨的这种言论其实是应该要被限制的。
Okay, 2 short articles. We hope you enjoyed them and learned a bit from them as well. We'll be back next week. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.